Namaste. Today's video is about the composite lab, and here let us see the list of science kit items for upper primary stage. Before that, let me say about few words about the composite lab. The circular has issued by Dr. Bishidit Sahe sir, the Director of Skill Education. It is mandated that all schools affiliated with the board must establish a composite skill lab. This decision is taken in 139th meeting of governing body of the CBSE board. Composite skill lab, necessary equipments and machinery to implement national curriculum framework, school education. It will enable training on skills aligned with industrial needs. It will enhance employment prospects for students in various trades and vocation, exploration of diverse career pathways beyond traditional options, and foster entrepreneurial capabilities among students. So composites lab, this is the measurement given for the lab, 600 square feet from 6th to 12th standard, and 400 square feet for 6th to 10th. Then the other together 600 feet from 6th standard to 12th standard. Then regarding the implementation, fresh affiliation with the CBSE Composite Skill Lab, all necessary equipments and machinery, it is mandatory requirement for all schools seeking for fresh affiliation with the CBSE. That is, it is mandatory requirement, and for the already affiliated with the CBSE, establish the composite skill labs within a period of 3 years from the date of this circular. The date of the circular is 23rd August 2024. So 3 years means by 27 to 23rd August, it should be 2027, 23rd August, it should be the composite or affiliated existing school should have. Yes. So let us see what about the list of science kit items for upper primary stage. Here I am not so familiar with this, and so maybe spelling is, maybe the pronunciation mistake, maybe there. Okay, let me tell you the list of science kit items for upper primary stage. This is the information what I got. I don't know much about it. I'm telling that it is upper primary stage, it is written so. If I get any other, I will share with you. Then general items, kit box used for keeping kit items. Yes. Then ICC spoon used for measurement, volume, calibration of small vessel, used as spoon for chemical. Then spring balance, weight measurement up to 250 gram, measuring the force of pull applied for pulling object on plain or rough surfaces to show the ease in pulling object on roller, to introduce the concept of density of different metals. Then decimeter cube vessel to give an idea of cuboid, used as container to understand interrelationship of length, area, volume and unit of liter, to measure liquid up to IL, to find area of small irregular paper, leaf, etc. Then thermometer is two types of thermometer. One is laboratory thermometer, another is clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, to understand interrelationship of units for measuring temperature, used for measuring temperature of hot and cold liquids, soil, water, etc. And the clinical temperature, that is used for measuring recording the human temperature. Especially for the fever case, we use this clinical thermometer. Then laboratory stand plastic wise G's clamp and Bose head and clamp, a collapsible stand arrangement for performing various experiments. Then kerosene burner used as heat source in various experiments to understand principle of wick chimney as alternate to gas burner. Then tripod stand used as stand for various experiments including heating liquids in beaker, can, china dish, etc. Then sundial to understand principle of old days time measuring device, system or principle. Then steel ball with a hole for hook arrangement to show experiments on friction rolling, to show oscillating motion, to show time period of simple pendulum. Aluminum ruler cum lever to measure growth of plants, to draw straight lines as measure of length, breadth, etc. or distance between 2 points. Then pulley with the frame to understand concept of pulley as a simple machine or lever to demonstrate how pulley help us to doing work. Then aluminum wire and pointer is to show expansion of aluminum wire on heating. Then bimetallic strip to understand the concept of thermostat expansion of metals. Then rods with a holder to show variation in expansion of different metals. Is iron rod, aluminum rod that is shown there. Then sitar, string, steel wire, solid allows the sound to be transmitted through it to show that sound is produced by the to and fro motion of wire. Banana clips connecting wire, 2 sets, maybe banana. I told you I'm not so sure about all these things. Used as connection on the circuit board during various electrical activities. Then fuses, small roll and model showing heating effect of current is conversion of electric energy into heat energy, function of fuse. Yes, that we know, almost all of them know. Then set of 4 resistors, 5 ohm, 10 ohm and 20 ohm to show resistance in series and parallel, to study the factors on which resistance of wire depends on low or current in a circuit depends upon the resistance. Then magnetic compass to show how direction was known during travel around earth in olden days, to show effect of north and south pole on magnetic compass. Then electric cell along with a coil and iron core to study open model of bell to show electromagnet and its application. Then panel for connection used as voltmeter, ammeter and for various reading. Then any streak apparatus and accessories. Cover with a sills, screw type, torch bulb, 6V, then plain concave convex mirror of aluminum sheet to find out focal length of convex and concave lens to study that light travel in straight line, observing convergence and divergence of ray through lens, image formation by concave and convex mirror to study refraction of through slab and prism, dispersion of white spectrum, light into constituent colors of prism. Yes, in the left side it is written double convex lens, plain concave lens and counterpart of 2 numbers, glass slab, triangular glass prism. Yes, in the high school classes we have studied regarding the prism. Then color disc, mixing of 7 colors to form white. Then aluminum disc with a rubber cork to show various application of electroscope in use, well, bell jar to produce, transfer, preserve and identify electric charge, transfer of charges. Then thermocol styrofoam ball for use in showing static changes. Then transparent PVC tube 6 mm diameter to be used with a funnel for stethoscope. Turning fork, then to show sound is produced by vibrating objects, to show vibration of prongs with the item. Then graduated syringe as a measure of liquid 5 to 10 ml to transfer liquids during experiments. Then copper wire, a conducting wire in electricity related experiments to make electromagnet connection to show corrosive and non-corrosive material prevention, etc. Then protractor is protector to draw angle 0 degree to 180 degree. Then circuit board assembly with the torch bulbs. Then to illustrate essential components of simple circuit to show make and break of circuit, to show how electricity can be used to do work, to show electromagnet. Then lead emitting is used as indicator in test labs. Then slinky to show longitudinal and transverse waves. Then magnets to show that the attraction for iron is intense at end but poor at middle, to show extents of poles. Freely suspended magnets always point north and south direction, attraction of same pole, repulsion of opposite poles, existence magnetic field. Then stainless steel electrodes fixed in cork to show concept of electrolysis used with a bell jar. Water is made up of oxygen and hydrogen, no ratio of two gases, testing of hydrogen and oxygen. Then plastic 3 ml plaster pipette to transfer drops of chemicals. Then plastic funnel for pouring liquids into container to show filtration, exhale and inhale of air, functioning of human lungs, to show effect of sunlight on photosynthesis. Filter paper 10 pieces used for filtering the substances or product of a chemical reaction or in chromatography, etc. Then dispensing bottles used to keep chemical reagents. Open the cap and squeeze the bottle to dispense 1 or 2 drops. Label the dispensing bottle. Yes. Then vials used as container to store the solid chemicals. Then compound microscope for assisting eyes in the vision of minute objects or features of objects which can be seen with the naked eye, to observe slight features of insects, to study structures. The measuring cylinder to measure liquids during experiments as container. Micro test tube rack. The test tube rack is used to hold test tubes while reactions happen on them or while they are not needed. Then deflagrating spoon for burning magnetism ribbon during experiment. Percentage of oxygen in air. Then china dish, heating of chemical during experiment as container. Then wash bottle used to contain water to wash the apparatus. Then generator assembly as mini powerhouse is 15 volume, it's in 500 for experiments to show conversion of energy, lighting bulb for experiments with the light, electrolysis of water, experiment with a set of resistors. Then periscope frame with a mirror used to fit the plane mirror strips and work as periscope. Then plug key used to one-way key in an electrical circuit. Crocodile clips used as connectors on the circuit board during various electrical activities. Then general items. Category B, rubber bands assorted size to produce vibration, sound, etc. miscellaneous use. Then rubber balloons assorted size to show sound can travel in water, used diaphragm in experiments to show inspiration and expiration. Then diaphragm in experiments show an improvised pressure dictator, miscellaneous use. Cotton thread to show oscillation of simple pendulum, miscellaneous use. Candle as a heat source if no alternative available, to differentiate between burner and candle flame. To rubber suckers to show difference of pressure. Then forceps used to pick and hold the object while experimenting. Iron nails assorted size to test the strength of the magnetic pole of a bar magnet. Test tube brush for collecting and cleaning chemical, etc. Test tube holder to hold test tube while performing experiments, heating chemicals during experiments. Polyester cloth used for rubbing with balloons, plastic strips to get electric charge. Woolen cloth used for rubbing with a 30 to get electric charge, 150 to 150 mm. Then thermocol sheet, one number used as mounting board for study experiment with electrostrop. Then plastic strip with woolen cloth attached at one side to show difference between transparent, translucent and opaque is maybe transparent and opaque medium to generate static charges. Then glazed glass used for mixing dry paste type chemical during experiment. Plain mirror strip for preparing kaleidoscope. Then copper strip is as electrode for electrolysis. Copper maybe. Then emery paper is for general use and sandpaper are different numbers, that is general use. Then G clamp used as vise. Then lens and spherical mirror stand used to hold the lens and spherical mirror. The rubber sheet for the general use. Then tool items, knife used for cutting during experiments, used for pruning plants and paper, surgical scissors used for cutting thin metal, plastic foil for pruning plants, etc., screwdriver used for screwing, unscrewing, bottle opener with a corkscrew and a screwdriver, used as striker for turning fork, used as bottle opener as screwdriver, claw hammer is to remove inserted nails, for inserting nails in table or wall, for breaking solid chemical, to feel hardness or softness of metal, to show symbol lever. Then shaving blade for cutting wax, semi-solid chemical, pruning of plants, etc. Then scalpel used in dissection. Then dissecting needle to point out different parts of biological specimen to pierce paper or any other such item. Then pair of tongs for holding hot glass, raw test tube, etc. during experiments. Then glassware apparatus and materials, petrits, then used, PET, RIDISH, used with a bell jar for getting distilled water as container used for germinating seeds. Then micro test tube for experiment requiring heating, holding of chemicals, etc. The magnifying glass used to show magnification to study structure of various chemical granules. Beaker as container for use in electrochemical experiments, thermochemistry, preparation of salts, etc. Then glass slides used to collect specimen. Then white tube to show working of lungs. Then cover slips for covering specimen that is being observed under a microscope. Glass rod for covering specimen that is being observed under a microscope. Bell jar to show function of lungs, to show electrolysis. Then double mouth head flask to show percentage of oxygen in air, to show acid and basis character of non-metals. Then glass tube for miscellaneous use in chemistry experiment. Then W tube to test properties of gases. Then watch glass. The watch glass is used to hold solids when being weighed or transported. It should never be heated. Watch glass. Double concave and double convex lens used to show the image formation on a screen. Concave and convex mirror, it is used to show the image formation on a screen. List of chemicals is hydroshowing, budding, baking soda, showing binary fission, sodium chloride, then yeast powder, iron fillings, urea Yes, litmus paper, red and blue. Then calcium oxide, methylated spirit, is copper sulfate, is all these chemicals, copper sulfate, sodium hydroxide, then methyl blue solution, universal indicators solution, phenolphthalein, then magnesium ribbon, yes, this much. So let me tell you, I didn't read it earlier because that much properties are there. That is yes, that is a mistake I had done. Some pronunciation I told you, it is not so easy for me, and I didn't read this one. PARAMAECIUM. Para means, I don't know the pronunciation I told you, that is a list of chemicals. Yes, these are the kits. Even though it is for science, I feel that regarding maths also it is related, social science also it is related. Okay, so this is all about the kit. Yes, and so let me show you. It's composite kit. Yes, it is all. Thank you all.